This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right.
All right. Well, Jonathan Majors sat down with Good Morning America, and he talked about so many different things. They played a clip of the interview this morning, and they're going to play, I guess, the rest of it later on this evening.
Why did you decide you wanted to talk now?
I felt like it was time. A lot has happened in my personal life, in my career, in the culture. It's about responsibility and coming forward and being brave and giving my part of the story.
Your reaction to that verdict?
Shocked. I was absolutely shocked and afraid. And I'm standing there, and the verdict comes down. I say, how is that possible? Based off the evidence, based off the prosecution's evidence, let alone our evidence. How is that possible?
You have to do a whole Good Morning America sit down for 2 misdemeanors. It was 2 damn misdemeanors. But like they was running the promos all weekend with the dramatic music and the tears and everything for 2 misdemeanors.
But even though it was 2 misdemeanors, he lost a lot for these misdemeanors, right?
Man, and here's the other thing I don't understand about Negroes, or just people in general. I don't want to just say Negroes. People in general. Why would he be talking in an interview but not talk in the courtroom? Why wouldn't you take the stand to testify and defend yourself, but after the verdict, you want to do an interview?
Well, I'll tell you
I don't
why.
understand that.
Because like he said the evidence showed that he probably didn't need to, and he thought he didn't have to.
So why not take the stand? But my thing is, why not take the stand? I don't understand why
His lawyers probably told him not to. He probably thought he didn't have to.
That's ridiculous to me. We care way too much about the court of public opinion nowadays, and that makes no sense when you're in, court with criminal charges. You should care about what's going on in the court of law, not the court of public opinion.
He probably thought, like he said, that the evidence wasn't really against him, and he thought he was going to win, and he wouldn't have to talk, and he didn't want to talk himself into it.
Your hair looks stupid, too. I just want to throw that out there. Where's Cat Williams to talk about your man unit?
Now, let's talk about...
That just distracted the hell out of me. You look like one of them Beatles off the first Super Mario Brothers. Remember the first Super Mario Brothers, them little black
Back
pieces?
to Jonathan Majors. Now, he also talks about what actually happened.
She says inside the car, you hit her in the face, twist her arm behind her back, fracture her middle finger.
Yeah, that did not happen.
How did those injuries come about?
I wish to God I knew. That would give clarity. That would give me some type of peace about it.
But you're confident you didn't cause
I have no
them.
question.
Surveillance video shows Majors getting out of the car, followed by Jabari, whom he then puts back inside the vehicle. What happens next is what the defense remains focused on. Majors runs off, and Jabari chases after him.
If you watch those videos and you reverse that, and you saw a black man chasing a young white girl down the street.
Come on now.
Screaming and crying.
Come on now.
That man is going to be shot and killed.
Come on now.
In the streets of New York City.
Should have said that on the stand. Should have took the stand and said exactly that.
I told you, he
He
thought he was going to win. He had the evidence, and I'm sure him and his attorneys and his law team they thought they were going to win. They didn't think they had to take the stand.
when the consequences are as severe, not as far as a jail time. The consequences that he was facing weren't severe in that matter. But I'm talking about as far as like his professional career.
Correct.
Take the stand.
Now, he also talks about, remember that one line where he said, be more like Michelle Obama? Well, he discusses that.
He should.
The prosecution also played audio Jabari had recorded earlier in the relationship where Majors encouraged her to act more like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama.
I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. The woman that supports me needs to be a great woman.
There are some who question, especially in the black community, as you're probably well aware, that people were saying, well, why was he telling this woman to be like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama?
It was me trying to give an analogy of what it is I'm aspiring to be. These great men, Martin, President Obama, and trying to give a reference point to that. One of the things I also say is like, I need her, in that case, Grace, to make the same sacrifices that I am making.
What is this new laugh, man? Last year was snorting. What's this new laugh?
No, this is when he was just supposed to tell the truth and say, hey, man, I just wanted a black woman, man. The milk had expired. The mayonnaise was spoiled. I needed a queen. I was tired of walking these red carpets. Black Twitter and the nigga that be on my head about being with this white woman. I can't be with this white woman at this stage in my life. I need a sister. Okay? Dr. Umar be on my ass. Do you know who Dr. Umar is? He should have looked her right now. Do you know who Dr. Umar is, ma'am? Okay? If you ain't never had Dr. Umar on your ass, you wouldn't understand. I needed me a queen.
Well,
Simple
I
as
am
that.
totally against
There you go. Dr. Umar should have been representing him in court. I guarantee you Dr. Umar would have got him off. Y'all gave the I don't know if Dr. Umar.
We got more time.
No, he wouldn't have. Dr. Umar don't practice law, but boy, if you can represent yourself, then you can have Dr. Umar represent you, damn it.
Then he also talks about what he accepts responsibility for.
Do you feel you're not responsible for her injuries at all?
I shouldn't have been in the car. I shouldn't have stepped out of the relationship. I shouldn't have been in the relationship. If I'm not in the car, none of this is happening. If I leave the relationship, none of this is happening. If I'm man enough or brave enough to say, I want to see somebody else, or I'm done now, I'm not in that car. We're not here.
That's real.
I'm responsible for those things.
But none of her injuries.
I can't say that. None of her injuries.
Proving my point. He wanted to be with a black woman. He wanted to be with who he's currently with now, who is the Queen Megan Good. And he just couldn't tell her that. But he should have let her know the milk had expired.
Jesus.
Do a little sniff. This milk ain't no good no more, man.
All right.
I got to move on.
All right.
Okay, I got to go. That's all he's saying. He should have just told the truth on Good Morning America. I wanted to be with a black woman. I needed to be with a black woman at this stage in my life. Okay?
All right.
All right?
Well, he's going to be sentenced on February 6th. His attorney feels
I thought
like
he already got sentenced.
No, it says February 6th.
Oh.
And he said he is unlikely he'll have to serve jail time. And that is your
For 2 misdemeanors? I would hope not.
No, well, you never know.
Boy, there's somebody out there riding in the car with their white wife right now, and they side-eyeing her. They riding in the car with their white girlfriend right now, and they side-eyeing her right now. Right now as we speak.
All right.
Damn. Don't let this mess up y'all happy interracial homes, man. Okay?
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, who you giving your donkey to, man?
Man, we need Deober Redden to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him. We're going to have a conversation this morning about wasted talent.
Deober wedding.
Deober Redden. I'm probably pronouncing their name wrong, but bear with me. I just got back from vacation. I ain't had to pronounce nothing in 3 weeks.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.